Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your evening to join us. Carissa and I, and maybe some of the other girls are going to come in late. We are going to tackle some of the most frequently asked questions for It Works Distributors, and a lot of them have to do with things that people struggle with. So hopefully we're going to be able to answer your questions tonight and get everything started. I am Nikki Bowles. I'm a double diamond, and I currently live in Florida. And we have...
I'm Carissa, double diamond out of New Jersey.
Awesome. Okay, so I can't see the questions, Carissa. Can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just make sure that...
I'm going to pull them up on my phone. So do you want to
Yeah.
read and tackle the first one, or read it, and then we'll tackle them together?
No problem. Well, we'll start with Lisa's question. How do you keep your team motivated and connected? What are some points for making them feel like they are part of the family? My thing that I do is a lot of self-development for myself, a lot of self-growth, being more in tune with my team, speaking to them daily. I speak a lot to my team through group chat as well. So I am there. I am like there, but I am also someone that I keep them like friends because we are friends. A lot of people I know from, so we actually got to connect with each other just by speaking on the phone and video calls and things like that. That helps too. But us just being just sisters is what I call them. I mean, everyone's my rap sister family. So that's what I let everyone know when they actually join my team. That's what we are. We're all one team. We help each other. We're rap sisters, and that way they understand that. Now, as far as the leadership side of things go, I am their leader, I guess you can say, but they all but everyone's just, I don't know how to actually put that. Everyone doesn't see me that way. They know I'm their leader to look up to as far as motivation and things like that, because I do try to lead by example. I do try to continue, like I said, my self-development. I try to continue with calls for them, keeping them in tune with different things that I learn, and even on a daily basis, so it continues to keep them growing with their teams and continuing to ask them, what is it that they want, so that from that I can tell them my personal experiences, because I've been it'll be 3 years next month, and I've been able to go through a lot with the company and understand a lot of things as to the do's and don'ts in your business. So that's basically my tips as far as it goes with motivation and inspiring and things like that. Just me continuing to be the leader that they would want me to be, and be able to lead by example is what I would basically do. Whatever I want from them as far as coming into the business, with rap party events, regulars, thing like that, whatever I want from them as to what they want to do to build their business is what I also make sure that I do too. So I make sure I do these. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Melinda.
Hello.
Whenever you guys feel like chiming in, you can on different questions. Our first question was to make sure I was to see.
You're kind of breaking up, so I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're breaking up really bad, Carissa. You may have to leave and come back.
Okay.
Okay.
So what was your answer be, Nikki?
Oh, okay. So, well, I'll give Lauren a shot since they're kind of back. Lauren, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So the first question is, how do you keep your team motivated, energized, connected? What are some of the pointers for making them feel like they're part of your family, part of a movement? I often refer to myself as a partner but not a leader. I want my team or our team to not feel like they are below or above, behind or in front, but they're right next to me and right with me the whole way. So what do you say to that?
Oh, that's really good. I mean, I think I can, it is really hard. It is really hard to motivate other people because, like everybody says, you can't really motivate someone, they really have to have it within. But I do like to, I have a group chat with my team, and I think they'll tell you, I like to post like fun things in there a lot, and I like to send, positive messages at least, several times a week, and if not, I try to every day, at least make contact. Um, but I try to, touch base with them and stay motivated. I like to find out their goals um, and then follow up with them on what those goals are and how they get there. But I do feel like we are like we're just best friends. We're all just best friends. We're family. We hang out. We do things together. I care about them and I learn about their lives is beyond just It Works. I know about their families and a lot of the ones that are running the most with me. I mean, we're in touch every single day. I mean, if you're truly working your business, you have questions, and that's not just because you don't know everything. I mean, heck, I've been in for almost 3 years. I don't know everything either, but it's because you're hey, I talked to so and so and she said this. Isn't that awesome? Hey, I called this one, or I blitzed this place. Hey, I'm signing up this person. We're just in constant, we're talking all the time. So um, it keeps us in touch, and we just become close through that way. And I feel like that helps, kind of feel like a family and keep us, I guess, accountable to each other. And we're able to, learn up from each other. And it's kind of, yeah, we stay connected that way through. I mean, for me, it is really hard, and I've really struggled, and I know this is what God has been working on with me, is to be the leader that I need to be to my team. And I feel like, you do have to stay in contact with your team, but really a lot of times the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And if you're calling me, hey, I want to do this. Hey, when can we go here? Hey, I talked to this person. What should I say to this person? I'm paying you attention. I mean, not that I pay everybody, attention, but if you're really, on me, I'm going to be on you. So I do try to encourage my girls. You can always reach out to me. And I think I tell them this. I'm retired or rewired, Give me something to do, please. Call me, text me, let me help you. Let me come to you, or we'll do this or do that. But, you want your team and you want your girls or your team in general to take the initiative as well. What I'm looking for is people like me who want to work their business no matter what, no matter who calls and checks on them, no matter who stays in touch with them. They want to work their business. They want to get out there and do that. And I have several right now that do that, and they're awesome, and I want to clone them. But I think just being, I guess, on the group chat and being a part of, becoming a part of their lives outside of just It Works really helps me to kind of stay connected and feel like a family and keep them kind of encouraged, because we're always talking. Or at least I try.
I totally agree with that. Does your mom have anything to add, just because she's kind of with you at the moment, and she probably has like a little bit more experience, as far as age in the business with this goes. So I want to hear from Melinda. Do you care, Melinda? I just totally put you on the spot.
No problem. Actually, I like the idea that Lauren has with the group chat. I don't have that. I, of course, just have my regular Facebook team page. So I put messages out there, but I think what I like to do mainly is personally message my people, or text. I like to reach out to them, stay connected that way. If I know that they're reaching for a goal or whatever, I'm going to be in touch with them about that and asking questions. I mean, I just try to keep a dialogue open all the time, but it's usually just personal messages individually. But I like how Lauren does her group chat, because there's always stuff going on. Of course, some people don't like to have these, bells going off all day long when everybody's just chatting on, conversation, but you can mute it, so it's not totally annoying. But I feel like it really keeps your people in the loop as to what's going on, because especially people my age, I feel like, or older, they don't check their Facebook messages all the time. I mean, they might text, and that's probably the best way to get in touch with them, besides picking up the phone and calling. But they don't want the Facebook chats, the buzzer going off all the time, or they might not check the team page. And then I feel like, you know, a lot of times I just take for granted that everybody's checking the team page, when you know what, they're not, and they may need a phone call. You know, like we'll have meetings and different things that we're doing, and people say, oh, well, I didn't even know about that. And, you know, I would have come. Well, I have to realize everybody is not on Facebook all, you know, 24/7. So I need to pick up the phone and call people and just give them more personal attention, I feel like, for not the younger ones, because I feel like you guys, y'all are all connected socially and you love it. That's the way you want to talk. You don't want me to call you, or you don't want even, you know, to text sometimes. You want to do it through Facebook. So I'm trying to learn how to be flexible and learn the styles of my team, and, you know, just try to stay connected, whatever works best for them. So I hope that makes sense.
I love it. Thank you. I just totally threw you under the bus and right on the spotlight. But
no, I mean, actually, I was thinking.
She loves it. She loves it.
Well,
So,
I mean, the younger group, that you communicate differently than us. As you know, even I try to stay up on it, texting and Facebooking and everything, but I do realize that a lot of my team, especially if they're older, they might not check Facebook as much. They don't know what's going on unless I call or text them. So I just feel like I really want to work harder on that too.
I agree. Personally, I use a Facebook group, and then I just encourage my people to come to the group minimum of like once a day. You know, like come and at least check it out once a day, whether it's right before you go to bed or when you get home. For some of us that are on Facebook a lot, we get the notifications, so you know we're in it and we're answering questions. For the 6 of us that are in the leadership part of this team, we do group chat, and that works for us, but there's 6 of us. I've been in team group chats before where I am very active on Facebook and my phone is constantly with me, and I just feel totally overwhelmed a lot of times. So 9 times out of 10, I don't like group chat messages, but for a couple of people, it works really well. For me personally, like how to keep people motivated, I mean, I feel like you can inspire people and you can lead by example. Like people don't always do what you say, but they'll copy what you do. So, you know, be out there, like Lauren said, be that squeaky wheel. So not to gloat on yourself or be prideful or anything, but, you know, if I get a customer, I shout that out. I put it on my personal page, and that kind of helps people that have been looking at me to see, you know, what people are getting. But it kind of shows my team, you know, hey, I'm working too. I'm constantly showing them things that I've learned, keeping them energized and connected. That's a personal thing. I mean, for me personally, I feel like that's something that they have to choose to do on their own. I just feel like making them feel like they're part of a family, that should come naturally for a leader, and if it's not, I'm with Carissa, totally do personal development. That was my biggest struggle. I was a very red personality, very pushy person when I started, and it's like God has molded and transformed me into making sure that I treat people like people and not like they're a box filler and they're a 400 volume leg. And no matter how fast or slow they go, I treat them like people. And that same thing, like Lauren said, the squeaky wheel gets greased, you know, and we hear run with your runners. So the ones that are the squeaky wheel and the ones that are running, you definitely want to spend time with them. But, you know, at the same time, I made an example the other day. If you have somebody that brings in, let's say, 10 people a month, and you have somebody that brings in 1 person a month, you're going to probably spend a little more time with the person that brings 1 person in, because if they're showing that they're really trying, and you're going to like mold them and help them fix, you know, whatever it is that they're saying, because the person bringing in 10, it looks like they have a pretty good handle. So, you know, if you're struggling or you feel like you're not or something's not working, reach out to your upline. That's what we're here for. We're not above you. We've just been in longer. So that's the first one. Yep, let's move on. Carissa, you're so right. She's being our green tonight, making sure we're staying on time. We're missing Claudia. She's sick. So, all right, Carissa, I'm going to read the question. You can answer it first. What things do you do to interview your potential distributors, and what qualities do you search for with a distributor, and what do you consider a red flag? And we'll keep it quick. You're
I'm
muted.
gonna go with yep. I'm gonna go with connection. If when I'm speaking with them, I feel a connection, a vibe that's positive from them, that I feel like they want it and they are in it, to actually succeed with it, then of course, yes, I'm gonna give them a chance. And I feel like I can help them with growing themselves, because everyone won't come in with full force confidence to actually build their business. But at least if there's not a negative person and they are positive, then at least that's something I can work with towards continuing to keep them on that trail to actually get into where they need to be. Sometimes I have deeper conversations with some than others. Some are more ready and willing, and others I just feel like I need to figure out a little bit more. And then you just go into, what's the reason that you're doing it? What's the reason that you're with It Works, that you want to be with It Works? What's your why? Things like that, to actually make sure that you understand and I understand as to what you're doing this for, so that if for some reason we ever need to have a conversation again, I can bring this back up to you as to what we discussed and what we talked about. So that's pretty much my interview process, I guess. My red flags is negativity. I can't do it. I'm not with negativity, so I can't move forth with it. If you feel like, there is another question later on down there that I guess I can answer at the same time. If you feel like you're not, toward working with the reps as your biggest thing, and maybe this person's problem was they just don't like the reps, but they like the other product, then that's fine. But if it's just you have negativity about not liking the reps, or negativity towards anything in general that's just not, you'll feel the vibe from a person. So if you feel like it's not right, then of course that's your red flag there. And you don't want that negativity there. So maybe they need to personally self-evaluate themselves first to see what they want from something before they then come back towards you with it. Or you can tell them that, speak to them and let them know. I feel like maybe, a little bit of self-evaluation or self-development maybe is needed to get you to where you need to be first before, joining, something like that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with telling somebody that, unless they're just going to be rude about it, but you're speaking from the heart as to what you feel like should happen.
Awesome. Lauren, do you have anything to add to, interview process for a new distributor, or qualities you're searching for people to work with, and a red flag?
My interview process has changed so much since, just a lot of things that I've gone to and personal development that I've had. I used to just want anyone. That was my interview process. And now I'm a lot, I'm looking for someone who's positive and, who's looking for an opportunity. They already maybe have, are a go-getter or an entrepreneur. They already have kind of maybe a, I want better mindset. But I'm very kind of different now. I'm more of like, of course, like Carissa said, what's your why? Why do you want to do this? What are you looking for? But now I'm kind of more of like, well, how much, would you need to make? And how long, like, what do you, how much time can you do this? Can you give to this? Because that'll really tell you a lot about a person right there. From the get-go, you're going to know, all right, this person, they don't have a lot of time, but they're going to give me, 10, 15 hours a week, and they're ready to rock, But other people, they'll be like, well, maybe an hour or two a week, I'm just not sure. Then you'll know, well, you're going to be you're not going to not go with them, but they're going to. So I think
I think Lauren like totally just froze up. I hope she comes back. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of just really quickly adjust what I do to interview. I basically I just ask you a bunch of questions. You know, I'm like Carissa. I find out what you want. You can, and like she said, I like to get people on the phone because you can totally hear their sincerity. You can hear their excitement if they have any. You can hear if they're totally shy or if they just are awkward. I mean, you kind of get a really good feel for people on the phone. But the thing about it being on the phone is not everybody gets super, super pumped up and excited like I am and they talk like I do, but they can hear my sincerity on this end of why I'm passionate about this business and what I love about it and what it's done for me and what it's done for my team members, because I've asked them their story. I asked them, like she said, why. So I'm able to, you know, pull from that, getting on all these calls and hangouts and, you know, Monday nights and everything else, and pulling all these stories that I've heard, I'm able to give somebody that back. Let's see. Qualities I search for. Ideally, somebody like me. You are ready to do whatever it takes to make money. You're going to get out and talk to people. You love the Lord. You know, I mean, I have a list of qualities. You know, you have good leadership qualities. I have a list of, that I pray over all the time. You don't always get those people, so you just have to love them where they are. And if they're willing to grow, then you love them where they are, but then you just help them grow with personal development. There's that personal development again. Red flags, for Carissa, it was totally negativity. Mine is the same. Like, we don't do negative. We don't do drama. I kind of scope your Facebook page out, too. If you have a bunch of curse words and a bunch of junk on there, any kind of nudity, anything like that, you're probably not going to be a really good fit for my team, because we're constantly posting encouragement and stuff about God and devotions and just different things like that. However, if you want to be on my team, I'm going to love you and show you Jesus, and I hope that, you know, it helps you. But I don't agree with coming in and letting somebody not run an auto ship. I joined for free and I didn't have the money for an auto ship, so I started freaking out, and my sponsor told me, no, you're going to run it. You're going to sell enough wraps to run it. And I was like, okay, so I set it up, and I sold enough wraps, and I ran it. I'm not okay with being in the business and not running an auto ship. So I hope that's kind of a good answer. I feel like if you're going to run a business, you kind of need to run a business. So, Carissa, can you grab the next one? My phone died, so I'm going to go grab another battery.
Yes, I'm getting to it right now because my mobile version didn't show all the questions. Okay, here we go. We did the interview. Okay. I know you can hear me. Yeah, I know everybody has new distributors that never really get started, but I feel like statistics are a lot higher in this category than they should be. Any tips on getting people started? I was wondering how everyone handles potentials that are less interested in promoting the rap. Oh, okay, we answered that one basically. So the beginning part of it is how do you get any tips on getting people started? So I guess that would be basically, how are you getting your new people started off on the right foot? Me, I would personally, who's that, Nikki?
Yeah, can you not see me?
Correct. I can't see you.
Oh my gosh. You cannot, right?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's like totally froze up. Okay, you go ahead. I'm going to figure something out.
I can hear you though, but basically I would say making sure that they understand the training academy. That's the first key. Doing your training academy as soon as you start. Logging in to your eSuite to understand how the system works, how you can, you know, maneuver your way and navigate around to actually understand it a bit better. Then from there, understanding the steps to success, understanding what is a loyal customer. Just small key things is how you start them. You don't overwhelm them when they first come in. You start them off with small steps, and as they continue to do each step, then you can let them know more and a bit more as it goes along. And with these corporate calls that go on, they learn a little bit more as it goes too. But don't overwhelm them when they first come in. If you give them too much information, it may become overwhelming, and then they may not even want to do the business anymore because it just may look like it's just too much when this is a very simple system that we have.
Okay, so you can hear me, right?
Yep.
All right, well, you get to stay in the big screen for a few minutes while I talk. I don't know what's wrong with this stupid thing. Okay, so I am 100% on board with you. I had to like I said a minute ago, I had to reevaluate everything I was doing. No joke, when I first started, if you asked me about the wrap, I would send you a 2-page typed out document. Not even gonna lie, like it was terrible. If you wanted to know about the business and if you did join my business, I sent you like 10 different emails about everything that you needed to know from now until eternity. And, it's just like I was pushing people away. I was being super pushy. I was contacting them way too much. I was putting way too much on them at one point in time. And so I had to sit back and be like, why am I losing all these people, or why are they never getting started? And it was me. That's not always the case. Sometimes you just find people who just really don't want to work. They feel like they come in and they feel like they think it's just they're gonna say, I'm an It Works distributor, and that the heavens are gonna open and all these people are gonna flock to their doors and be like, wrap me, and that's just not the case. And then they realize that it does take work, and it does take, you talking to somebody. So, different reasons. So if you feel like this is a continuous trend of you're bringing in a ton of people and they're quitting before they get started, or they're quitting shortly after they get started, maybe sit back and ask your upline and just ask them and say, I want you to be brutally honest and be prepared for their answer, because I feel like they're only going to tell you the truth, and it's only to help you. And for me, I had to hit bottom, and I had to lose a lot of really good people. I had to lose a girl that built herself to Emerald in a month and a half. I had to lose a girl who brought in like 20-something distributors and was rocking it out and making like crazy money because I was not being a good mentor. I wasn't being a good leader. I was being really hard on them and asking them for more when they weren't really wanting to do more. They were happy with where they were at, but it was because I wanted more. So, and a lot of times we do it out of a place of desperation. For me, I was broke. And I needed money, so we needed to pay our bills. And so we're doing it, we think, with a kind heart, but a lot of times it's desperation. And so, that's like kind of and I'm not saying that this person that asked this question is any of those things. We're kind of like reading into the wording, so I don't want them to think that that's who they are. But you may just need to evaluate what you're saying, what you're doing. And like Carissa said, maybe you're just giving way too much information. For me, when I get somebody started, I give you your training, and then I say, as soon as you're done with your training, here's your e-suite. I give you your training, and I walk you through your e-suite so that you know what you're looking at. And then we talk about 4 people that they think could be customers. And we walk through conversation, and we try to work on getting them their 4, and then that's it. And then we talk about 3 distributors until they're comfortable and ready. They post on Facebook. I help them answer questions, so now they're learning what I would say. But when you're signing a distributor, think back to when you started. None of us knew anything. And for those of us that have been in 2 and 3 years, it's really hard to take ourselves back to that place because we know a ton. But we can't give an infant a college textbook and expect them to pass the class. We have to give them little bits and kind of drip on them a little bit. So feed them with grace, and if some people are slower than others, but that's kind of my suggestion. Does that help, Carissa? Do you feel like that answered that question? You're muted again.
Okay, so here's another good question. How do you go, besides the party pack, how exactly do you go about presenting the opportunity and making it appealing and promising to them, especially when you're not in the ranks and don't have the personal financial testimony with the company. Um, Mine was I went along with it when I first joined. I joined the company. I used the products, and at the same time, I was continuing to rap people. So my testimony for me was, I was able to use my testimonies of my upline as them being successful, but I was also able to use me as a day-to-day basis, basically my rap cash. Look what I did today. This is what I did, and this is how much I made in this little bit of time. Wow, this is amazing. Or when we first joined back then, it was inches, but oh my gosh, I just lost this many in this amount of time. Or, even right now you have pictures. Oh wow, look at my results in this little bit of time we're using the product. So yours will be lifestyle. That will be your way of going with trying to make sure that people understand the greatness about this company, and plus how simple it is, because that's what you're going to be presenting as you continue to move forward with the company. Your rap parties are key. Even if you have your rap parties and you have people at the rap parties that you feel like you need to present it to show them about how to be a distributor, or you want them to learn more about it, all you do is you have your rap cash, your rap cash container in your hand, and you're just basically saying, wow, I just wrapped 10 people in an hour and a half max, and I just made $300. This is my cash from my pocket. This is my right now money. This is just one of the many ways that we get paid with the company. You have different ways of going about it. You don't have to be at that successful rank yet. It's just that daily thing that people can relate to, because a lot of people, even if you tell them about your financial statuses as being successful, some people don't feel like they can get to that part and that point in time. So being that person in that moment, being the same person that they are at that same level, that's actually great, because you're able to tell them where you are and how you're able to just make this money as being the same person that they are. They may not be able to look towards us being double diamonds and say, oh my gosh, they're averaging 50,000 plus a year. That's already, I don't think I can get there. So it's great to be able to be where they are and be able to relate to them on that level too. So you have an advantage, as well as you have your upline to use it as an example and showing people that you're getting there. Plus your mindset and your confidence in your products will do a lot for you without you even being able to even do that much in the lifestyle reality. Passion does it for me. People can see that I love these products. People can see that I'm going somewhere with this company because I know I am. And they can see that in me. So hopefully that answered that question. What you got on it, Nikki?
Oh gosh, I love everything about that. You're so right, though. When I started, the reason I started was because my sponsor posted that she had made $200 in Rap Cash, and that's the whole reason that I decided that this was the opportunity for me. And, so I'm with you. $25 to somebody right now is going to fill up their gas tank or buy them a pack of diapers or put food on the table for a few days. $25 is going to do a lot for somebody. If you just started and you sold your first wrap, you put that out there. I've always told my team, if you pay off a dry cleaning bill and it was $5 and you used Rap Cash to pay it off, you just go out there and you say, Rap Cash paid my bill. I'm super excited. I just made some Rap Cash and I was able to pay a bill. Nobody has to know that it was a $5 dry cleaning bill, and that's not to be misleading. If you Rap Cash didn't pay for it, then your regular JOB would have. So, Rap Cash is doing a lot for you guys. If you are a lover of the product, I know personally the person that's asked this question has the most incredible result testimony from when they started until now. And you are able to say, even now, I'm able to enjoy these products for free because you're bringing in enough customers or enough revenue each month off of Rap Cash and commissions that you are paying for your own product. And if you're doing that, that's amazing. Who doesn't want to look better and feel better for basically for free? Your outpouring of your testimony is paying for your products. In the beginning, I never looked at building a team. I really just cared about Rap Cash and paying my house payment. And, $350 at that point in time is what I needed in cash in the next, few weeks' time. And Rap Cash did that for me. So I really wasn't looking at building, but then I saw what I could actually do with this. And I just got excited. I got excited. I wasn't making anything but Rap Cash. I had just started, but people joined because of my excitement and because I had made Rap Cash. And so I feel like just sharing and being truthful with people and saying, you know what, no, I've not got a $10,000 bonus yet, or I'm not there yet, or I've not reached this rank yet. But you know what? I'd be more than happy to let you talk to my upline, just like Carissa said, and they have. And this is their story, but I'm on my way and I'm following their lead, and they make sure that they give us everything, all the tools to succeed. So I feel like that's definitely, you don't have to feel like you've quote unquote arrived. You are constantly either growing a business or you're growing a product testimony. Nobody's ever arrived. Cammie Dempsey, #1 money earner, she's not arrived. That she's not done, and she will say that. And if you guys are coming to Limelight, you're going to hear her say that. I've not arrived. And she always says, if I ever feel like I know everything, I just go grab a product bottle and I get one ingredient off of it and I go Google it. She was like, and then I'm blown away and I realize I don't know everything. So, we're constantly learning and we're constantly growing and we're constantly wanting to change people's lives. And it's a numbers thing. For those of you that follow Lisa Fuller, she put an amazing post out there yesterday talking about blitzing, and she said that she'll leave her house and have a goal to talk to 8 people. And she said that she'll come back and say, oh, I talked to 8 people and I got their contact information. And people look at that as like she literally left her house and talked to the first 8 people, and then she was done for the day because she met her goal. And it was the complete opposite. She actually had to talk to like 50-some people to get 8 contacts. So it's a numbers thing. You really just need to start talking to a lot more people. What is it, like 1% that you talk to is going to do something with you, Carissa? So about 1 out of like every 100 people you talk to, you're going to get a loyal customer or a distributor. And if you do any better than that, then you're doing great. So if you've not talked to 100 people yet, then start talking. You're muted.
All righty. Next question. I find this one is probably more of like a confidence thing, but I myself, I have such a hard time finding people that want this opportunity. Everyone I talk to just sounds like this is a joke or a waste of time, when I obviously know it's not. How do you change their mind or show them and get them to really hear me? I feel like if they feel like it's a waste of time and a joke, then maybe that's just not the person for you. Or sometimes if it's someone that might be someone that maybe let the rap do the work for you. I mean, that's pretty much what PM tell us too. Let the rap work for you. Just let the rap do all of the work. If you put this rap on somebody and you show them what this rap does, then from there they'll understand what the potential of this company is and what they can get from it. So if that's a problem too, that you're not even able to rap them, then you can go with your personal results. Also, confidence is a key thing. Having the passion, like I just said before, the passion, having that confidence when you actually speak to people, having that positivity, that smile, being presentable, being approachable where people feel like they can come up to you and talk to you. Your lanyard can be a difference for you, to have that around you to show, have you tried this crazy rap thing? Small things like that can be very beneficial to getting you to what you want. It's small things. It's not really, I would say sometimes it can be a hard process, but sometimes it can be very simple. And it starts with just, continuing, like even like Nikki just said, that blitzing. You have to get those no's to get those yes from it. So starting with your family and friends, having your family friends refer you people, continue to work your warm market first, which you should have the support hopefully from your family and friends to give you that positivity to their friends and let them be able to refer back to you. So I hope that'll help you out as well. Nikki, anything?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you. I didn't have support from my friends or family when I started, or well, I'm sorry, I did some of my friends, but no family. So it was literally just getting out there and talking to people. But I'm going to go back to something, and I want to think, I don't remember exactly, I'm not going to name a name because I'm not 100% sure which leader told me this a long time ago, but this is the common question: how do I get distributors? I feel like everybody gets hung up on this. They can get loyal customers all day long, but go to, first of all, go to Pam Souter's YouTube, and she has a video out there that discusses this very same thing, and she basically says getting a loyal customer and getting a distributor, there's absolutely no difference at all. None. It's all in your head. So the other thing that somebody told me was that what is your true belief? So, okay, so if you're a loyal customer signing machine, you probably believe in this product so much that that is what you exude all of the time. And you believe in the products, 110% hands down products. However, you've not got a distributor yet, so you may not believe in the business part of it so much. So it's kind of like you have to develop yourself and know that every single person starts at the bottom, and it takes one person. And honestly, to be 100% blunt and honest, and I know you can't see my face, so maybe I can be super blunt. You just see me smiling. If somebody that I am talking to thinks that this is a joke or a waste of their time, I do not want them anywhere on my team at all, not even as a customer. Because I deal with my customers, I take care of my customers, and I talk to them, and if they think it's a joke or a waste of time, they're not going to give me positive feedback with their friends and family, which this is a word-of-mouth type business, and you sure don't want them as a distributor on your team. You want people who want this. So my thing is going to say, go check out Pam Souter's YouTube and watch that video, because she says the same thing, and start believing in what you have your hands on, because if you're wrapping people, you're successful. And other people want to be successful too. If you're signing customers, you're successful. If you're signing distributors and not customers, you're successful. But I'm going to tell you one more thing, and then we'll move on, because I know we're kind of running a little long, but I feel like we're really giving some people awesome meat to this hangout. A customer will pay you every single time, and a distributor will only pay you if they work. So I would rather have 20 customers that pay me for the next 3 months, and then I'm going to continue building and bringing in more customers, than to have 5 distributors signed up that do not run their auto ship, do not get a customer, and I've sort of wasted time training them. I would rather put that time into finding 2 really good quality people. So I hope that that helps. Don't get so hung up, guys. Like, really take the pressure off of yourself. You guys are really putting a lot of pressure on yourself to get these distributors, and just know they're going to come to you. Pray. Melody McFarland will tell you, and you guys, we're on her team, we're in her downline. She says to pray about your business, pray who needs to be in your team, and believe that you are going to be put in their path and they're going to be put in yours, and that your eyes and ears are open when that happens. And you never know where you are going to find people. Sometimes we find people at the most weirdest times, and it just works out the best. And, you know, so pray about your business. It's going to happen. Guys, this is the busy season. I mean, it really is. And for those of you that haven't been through this season with us, y'all just need to start talking to people, because it is going to happen. Right now it may not look like it, but you just wait. I mean, wait till towards the end of this month. My inbox has already started. And you're muted, Carissa.
I almost started talking. All right, last question. We answered part of the first one, so basically the last question is how to close loyal customers. That one is pretty simple to me. I mean, you'll have your customers that may say, oh, I'll be back in a week or 2 weeks or something like that, but all you do is just follow up with them. You can close some of them by just assuming a sale. If it's at a wrap party, you make sure you have the, oh my goodness, what is that called? Nikki, what is the thing called? The order form. Make sure you have the order form with you. Give them the order form. That way they have it there, writing out their information that she was already assuming the sale. And then other ways is finding out, if they are interested in the product. Okay, so when would you like to start? And by doing that, you're actually able to commit them to a date. And then that gives you the opportunity to follow up with them on a later date. Um, Other ways of closing a loyal customer would be product knowledge. If they already know what they want, then you're just basically telling them as to, if they already know what they want, then it should be very easy. But different questions, asking them questions about what types of products or what are they actually looking for, things like that. The confidence, the same thing goes again. The confidence, the passion, things like that will actually, help you with closing a loyal customer as well. So if you're on the fence and say something like maybe, giving them the option to be like, well, when did you want to start, or you're giving them more options than you basically just saying, this is when you're going to do it, or trying to actually, I guess, speed up the process. It makes it a bit easier for you. So that's the way I go about it. I basically ask, when did you want to, well, how do you feel about the products? Great. When did you want to start becoming a loyal customer? Oh, I can do it today. Okay, great. Call me. Let's do the order for you. Or did you want to do it by website? Okay, we can do it together. Stuff like that. Or I can do it tomorrow. Okay, follow up tomorrow with them. Hey, are you ready to order today? No, I'm not ready. Maybe next week. Okay, what day next week would you like me to follow up with you? Things like that. That keeps you organized, and it lets them also see that you even remembering to come back to them and you do care. So I think that's my suggestion for closing. Anything for you, Nikki?
I do. I love it, Carissa, because I think that we just have to become professional askers. I mean, we just really have to become askers. And I know that you are like full-blown knockdown, drag-out red. And if you guys don't know your color personality, take that test. I am also a red, and I was a very, very red when I started. Carissa does it nicely. I wasn't, I've always been a nice person, but she does it like in a way that she'll just ask you, like, are we signing up today? And I don't do that. Like, I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings. I have a ton of yellow in me, a red yellow. It's like bipolar. It's really weird. So let me speak to all you yellows, because Lauren's a total blue, and I wish she was here because I wanted to hear her answer this question, because she would have been like, oh my gosh, this is so great. Like, let's totally sign up today, That's just Lauren, and she's awesome, and that's just it works for her. So being your color personality, you need to kind of figure out how you're going to ask people. So be a professional asker. If you've never read Go Pro before, read that book, because I feel like the scripts in there, even if you don't use them exactly word for word, the steps for closing is so perfect, because you ask a question, they give an answer. You ask a question, they give an answer, but you're asking strategic questions. So let me just talk about maybe being a yellow. So what I will say is customer distributor doesn't matter. You have to follow up. Fortune is in the follow-up every single time. If you feel like you're not getting closing, it's probably because you're not following up. I know that I'm not super green, but I do have a notebook, and anybody I talk to, their name gets written down on it, and whether they wanted to be a customer or distributor, and if they were a customer, what we talked about, what they wanted. I try to keep everything in Google, or not Google, but Facebook chat, just so I can go back and read the messages. But whatever system works for you, that's just what works for me. I'm a busy mom of 3, so I don't have a really good memory of what we talked about and who I talked to last week unless I've written it down. So if you're a yellow, and somebody wants to become a customer but they've not really committed, basically ask them, just like she said, so which product did you like the best? If you ask an open-ended question is something that somebody cannot say yes or no to. They have to give you an answer. So, Carissa, which product did you like the best? And she said, well, greens. Oh, that's amazing. I love greens. This is why. Well, would you like to order online and I can walk you through it, or do you want me to take your information and do it for you? Carissa still has the ability to tell me, oh, I don't have the money today. I'm going to have to wait for payday. But I just gave her 2 choices. And the choice is Do you want me to walk you through it, or do you want me to take your information and do it for you? And you just kind of have to learn to say it with confidence. If you say it in a meek and mild and kind of like scared way where like you're giving them an out, they're going to take that out every single time. So you just basically say, you know, hey, Carissa, do you want me to fill out your information and put it in for you? Do you want me to walk you through? Well, she just says, you know what, you can walk me through. Okay, awesome, that's great. Do you have your phone or your computer with you? We'll just do it right now. You know, or if Carissa said, like she said, if they say, no, I'm not getting paid till next week, then, you know, let's talk about what day. Awesome, what day? What day? Friday. Friday's great. What time works best for you, morning or evening? You know, and you give them two choices. It's always two choices. It's always an open-ended question, and that's going to help you guys so much with closing. I literally have people on my list since, like, this time last year. I just got done speaking to a girl on my fan page that I talked to this time last year about my 90-day run challenge, you know, health and fitness thing. And I messaged her again, and I'm talking to her again. I haven't talked to this girl in a year, but I still have her on my list. So, you know, until she tells me no, leave me alone, go away, we're gonna keep asking. So, do you have anything else?
Nope, I think I'm good. I was trying to see if Lauren was going to be able to make it on, but I guess she wouldn't be able to make it. So, thank you guys all for getting on tonight. This was a great Q&A session. We're still doing the countdown to conference, which is in less than, wow, it's next Thursday. So we're almost there. So thank you guys for getting on tonight. We'll have a nice special surprise coming up again for you. So just keep on the lookout for everything daily. Come check in daily into the Too Good group just to see what's going on for the day. And have a nice night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.